Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Edge, who is going to be coming up with his Intersecting Wills event with his rework and his brand new LD weapon. Now we're going to be looking at how good of a character Edge becomes now that he is going to be getting his upgrades, and why I think he is actually worth investing, especially with the upcoming era that is the Shinryu/FR era. I'm going to be explaining why he is going to be a very good character for the beginning of the FR era and into a couple of fights where his evasion is going to be extremely helpful, especially when you are going up against a certain enemy that some of us may not have been a fan of. So we're going to be talking about all of that in this video. So let me know what your plans are going to be for Edge with his upcoming banner down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we'll first start off with Edge's rework to his skill 1, which turns into a 6-hit Thunder Magic Brave plus an HP attack 3 times. That deals 50% splash damage and allows for 150% stolen max Brave overflow. His skill 2 gains 2 more uses. It extends his evasion up buff to 5 turns. It turns into a 6-hit Thunder Magic Brave plus an HP attack 3 times. With his C90, it increases EX recast gauge speed by 20%. It then turns into a 4-hit AoE Thunder Magic Brave plus a single target HP attack 4 times that deals 50% splash damage. His C65 got extended to 6 turns. It turns into a 4-hit Thunder Magic Brave plus an HP attack. It adds a 30% attack up, now totaling 60%, and a 30% Brave damage cap up. His LD ability, Inferno, is a 5-hit AoE Fire Thunder Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 4 times that deals 4 HP damage. It inflicts the Fire Thunder Resist Down debuff for 6 turns to all targets after the first HP attack, and it does have high turn rate. His overhead, Fire Scarf, provides the party with the following: a 50% party Brave damage up, a 20% party stolen max Brave overflow up, and a 20% party HP damage up. Now for Edge, it allows him to retain 30% of the Brave when using HP attacks and extends the duration of inflicted debuffs by 5 turns. Now after evading an attack at 0 or 1 stack, it triggers the counter attack Fire Scarf. After evading an attack with his overhead being at 2 stacks, it triggers a counter attack Ultimate Art Advert of Phoenix. Now, it increases by 1 whenever he evades an attack and he triggers the Fire Scarf counter attack, and it decreases by 2 when the Ultimate Art counter attack is used. So basically it just like starts over, and it's just basically like a complete circle. And the good thing about that is that with Edge having that lock debuff, or being able to inflict that lock debuff, it's pretty much a guarantee that the enemies, especially if you're going up against 2 or more, that they are gonna be attacking Edge. So that way every time that they attack him and he evades at 0 or 1 stack, it will trigger the Fire Scarf attack, and by the time he gets to 2 stacks is when he will deal his Ultimate Art attack, and then it just goes down. It's just basically like a big old circle, but like it's fairly simple to actually handle when it comes to how to increase the stacks and whatnot, and then, you know, refreshing it and so on and so forth. His Fire Scarf counterattack is a 4-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP counterattack 2 times that deals 4 HP damage and increases Brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt. It inflicts the Fire Thunder Resist Down debuff to all targets for 6 turns after the first HP attack. It increases his overhead stacks by 1. And finally, his Ultimate Art Advent of Phoenix is a 4-hit AoE Fire Thunder Magic Brave plus an AoE HP counterattack 4 times that deals 4 HP damage. It increases Brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt and inflicts the Fire Thunder Resist Down debuff to all targets after the first HP attack, and it consumes 2 stacks of his overhead. So is Edge worth pulling for in the upcoming banner? Now, I do want to make a note that Garnet was also the other featured LD character in this banner. Now, I don't know if Global Default is going to be changing up anything, but we're going to, to be on the safe side, we are going to assume that her LD weapon is going to be reran alongside with Edge, so I feel like they could potentially not mess with the banner at all. Now, when it comes to her BT weapon, I don't know if they will rerun her BT weapon in a separate banner. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I just wanted to throw that out there before people start asking me questions as to if her BT is gonna be reran or not. But anyways, back to Edge. So Edge is very much worth your resources. Edge, with his upgrades and the fact that he is able to provide party-wide evasion with his EX ability, even though that buff only lasts for 2 turns. If you pair him up with characters that is able to like turn hog or have like high instant turn rate, whatever it is, to make it so that Edge does not get a turn and you can consistently go in on the enemy without having to worry about getting afflicted with debuffs, with getting attacked in general, then like, being able to work around Edge is actually not a bad idea. Now, he does have self-evasion. He is able to inflict the lock debuff, and remember, he is now able to extend the duration of the debuff that he inflicts, which is a very, very good thing, because that way the enemy can continue to focus on him, and that's about it. So like in terms of like damage, in terms of like the counter attacks, like it is definitely very much worth picking up, only because of a few reasons just based off of personal use with Edge. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, there is gonna be a character or an enemy that many of us did not have a fun time going up against, especially when they decided to throw him into Abyss, and that is gonna be Dullahan. So yes, he is going to be an enemy that we are going to be encountering in the future in a Future 6 Warrior quest, and Edge was the biggest MVP for that fight because of the fact that he provided party-wide evasion. He had self-evasion. You did not have to worry about any type of like debuffs or just like anything in general when it comes to Dullahan, because as long as you have his buffs active or his evasion buffs active, then you are good to go. And the fact that whenever the enemy tries to hit you with debuffs, Edge will counterattack. Whenever they try to attack Edge, or just like anybody in general, if you do have his EX buff active, then he is going to counterattack. And like I mentioned in the earlier portion of the video, like his stacks, if you know for sure that the enemy is going to try to hit you, or try to hit you with debuffs at certain thresholds, or they're gonna try to like hit you out of nowhere at HP thresholds, then having Edge in the party, not only being able to help in evading attacks, but also being able to counter at the same time with that good off-turn damage, is gonna be it's gonna be a big plus for you. And he is going to be very much helpful in a couple of Shinryu fights that is going to be coming up, especially that 6 Warrior fight. He's going to be the MVP for many, many players, including myself. So, is Edge worth pulling for in the upcoming banner? I will say 100% yes. He is very much worth it. He becomes much better than what he previously was, and with the rework that he got, and especially with the fact that he is able to extend debuffs, it's going to help him out tremendously. Now, if by chance you are going to hold off on pulling for his LD weapon, the next time that he will be, the next time that his LD weapon is going to be reran is going to be whenever Vaughn is going to be getting his intersecting wills, and that is when he's going to be getting his FR weapon. So that'll be the next runabout with his LD weapon. So honestly, in my opinion though, like, he is very much worth pulling for. I would personally highly recommend him. He will do you very much well, and especially if you do have the dagger ultimate weapon built up, then you're good to go. So but anyways though, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, if you're gonna be pulling for him or not. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.